Picture this. It's November 24th, 1971, Thanksgiving Eve. Airports are busy, people are traveling to see their families, and everything seems completely normal. At the airport in Portland, Oregon, a quiet man in a suit walks up to the counter and buys a one-way ticket. His name on the ticket, Dan Cooper. Nothing unusual, just another passenger boarding a short flight to Seattle. But what nobody on that plane knew is that they were about to be part of the most legendary unsolved heist in aviation history. And the guy responsible? A calm, middle-aged man drinking bourbon, D.B. Cooper, the greatest hijacker who vanished into thin air. So, the flight takes off. Cooper sits calmly in seat 18C. He orders a bourbon and soda, lights a cigarette. Yes, people could smoke on planes back then, and everything looks normal. Then he hands a small note to a flight attendant. At first, she thinks it's just a phone number, a classic airplane move. But Cooper leans over and quietly says, "Miss, you'd better read that note. I have a bomb." Now that is one way to get someone's attention. The note says he has explosives in his briefcase and demands $200,000 in cash and 4 parachutes. And here's the crazy part. He doesn't panic, he doesn't shout, he's polite, calm, cool. The man is basically hijacking the plane like he's ordering room service. The pilots contact authorities, and when the plane lands in Seattle, the FBI decides to play along. They bring him the money. $200,000 in cash. In 1971, that was a fortune. Today, that's well over $1 million. They also bring the parachutes. Cooper takes the money, lets all the passengers go, and keeps only the crew on board. Now the real madness begins. He orders the plane back into the air, but not at normal flight conditions. He tells the pilots, "Fly low, fly slow, and lower the rear staircase." Now this is where things get interesting. The plane is a Boeing 727, one of the only commercial aircraft in the world with a rear staircase that can open in mid-air. Either Cooper got extremely lucky, or he knew exactly what he was doing. So the plane is flying over the dark forests of the Pacific Northwest. It's night, it's raining, it's freezing cold, and somewhere over the wilderness, the crew suddenly feels a huge shift in the aircraft. Cooper has opened the rear stairs and jumped out of a flying airplane at 10,000 feet into a storm, carrying a bag full of cash. Ladies and gentlemen, the man literally yeeted himself into the night and disappeared forever. Authorities launch one of the biggest manhunts in FBI history. They search forests, mountains, rivers. They investigate hundreds of suspects. Nothing. No body, no parachute, no money, no Cooper. The guy just vanished like a magician finishing a trick. Then, 9 years later, something strange happens. In 1980, a kid digging in the sand near the Columbia River finds a bundle of rotting $20 bills, $5,800. The serial numbers matched the ransom money, meaning some of Cooper's cash ended up there. But the mystery only gets weirder, because nobody can explain how the money got there. Did Cooper survive? Did he land safely? Did he die in the wilderness? Did he bury the money? Did the river carry it there? Nobody knows. After decades of investigation, thousands of suspects, and endless conspiracy theories, the FBI finally closed the case in 2016. The only unsolved hijacking in American aviation history. And the only criminal who successfully hijacked a plane, parachuted into the night. So somewhere out there, maybe Cooper survived. Maybe he walked out of those woods. Maybe he lived a quiet life while the world searched for him. Or maybe he he's still the coolest outlaw nobody has ever identified. And that's the legend of D.B. Cooper, the man who robbed a plane, jumped into a storm, and turned himself into one of the greatest mysteries in criminal history. If you want to see more tales of pain and darkness, subscribe and hit the like button so you don't lose the next video. Peace out.